Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising. Let's see what comes out for you. First card out, the Hierophant. I pulled the 5 card when it was 6 seconds on my timer, so I do want to acknowledge that message, right, with that numerology. It's coming straight from consciousness, and I pulled the Hierophant. So I want to say whatever you're hearing, your internal guidance, and if you don't have internal guidance or you can't hear that narrator, whatever religious text or ideas that you're scrolling past or you're reading, it's coming directly for you. All right, clarifying that. The King of Cups, it's you, Cancer. Let's see. With the 9 of Cups. Okay, you know what makes you happy. You know what makes you happy. Splitting the deck. Page of Cups, called the Dreamer's card in this deck, and the Queen of Swords. And you are fully aware of when someone's offer is too immature for you. You're aware of when it's too immature. 3 of Wands. And you might try to psych yourself out, Cancer, as if you don't have awareness, right? Because Cancer, you can be overwhelmed by the messages that come in naturally, right? You're a very psychic sign. And I think that because with this 3 of Wands, you've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, perhaps you give people the benefit of the doubt that they do not deserve. 8 of Cups, and then you end up having to walk away anyway. Clarifying the 8 of Cups, 4 of Wands. And every time you sort of dip your toe or into the pool, you know, and you give someone a try, you're reminded of what makes you happy. So I want to tell you, Cancer, that every person that you date or every ex gets you closer to your actual person. The 6 of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords. Someone that is going to treat you fairly, with equity, and they truly allow you to rest, like especially in your home. I don't know why that was important. Like, be yourself is what I want to say for a Cancer that's able to rest in their home. All right, clarifying the Hierophant and your energy right next to each other. 3 of Pentacles. And the Emperor. Yeah, you realize that your teammate has to be better than you. The question is, how do you find someone better than you, right? Aries energy with that Emperor card, you keep coming up in their readings, so perhaps you should look at the Aries readings too, whichever one jumps out at you. Go to my YouTube page. It's very easy to navigate. With this Ace of Wands and the Emperor card, you're tempted. Oh man, Cancer, you know that you need someone better than you, but you give in to the possibilities offered by others because of perhaps sexual chemistry. The Star card at the bottom. But you try to convince yourself that those are valid offers. There's something in you coping with the fact that you're an awesome candidate for partnership. This really doesn't feel like work, but you're a candidate for partnership. And because you feel like you're not finding a partner that either offers you what you want or reflects what you need to you or offers what you need, then you try to convince yourself, Cancer, that every opportunity could be the one, as opposed to just dating. 8 energy when I said that, so let's expand there. As opposed to just dating, you convince yourself that each person is the one. But Empress, here we go. The Empress can only sit across from the Emperor. Every time you give this, I'm hearing, if at first you don't succeed, you can dust it off and try again. Like every time you go and try, you're reminded of who you are. And what's interesting is I'm hearing another Aaliyah song where she's like, tell me you're that somebody. She can't be with everybody, right? She says it in lyrics. You gotta wait for your emperor. You gotta wait for your emperor. But they're both on the table, so let's see how it comes in. 6 of Wands. Love to see that. 5 of Wands. With the Wheel of Fortune. Sagittarius energy. At the bottom, 9 of Pentacles. This person comes in when you're doing your absolute best. And I think with that 5 of Wands, ooh, there's so much Wands energy, by the way, with the Knight of Wands as well. You're going to be distracted by offers of intimacy along this journey, Cancer. And I want you to stay the course, because it seems like when you're doing your best, when you're being seen, that's when fortune finds you, or this opportunity for partnership finds you. Let me see if this is work, because there's a bit of Pentacles on the table. If it's work, to clarify the energy of being tempted. Ooh, swords after swords. Okay, so you got the 2 of Swords if it's work, with the High Priestess and the 8 of Swords. If this is a work situation, Cancer, then you know what would fulfill you professionally. You have awareness as to what would make you feel accomplished and satisfied. And when you are doing your best at work, perhaps you're going to get some feedback. Here's the temptation: that you need to grow within the position, or you need to shift how you're doing something. And then it's going to get you stuck in your head about whether or not you are doing well. Now let's see the fortune that comes in. I need you to trust in your losses, because the fortune that comes in can be perceivably like the world is crashing on top of you, or like everything's falling apart. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Pentacles. This is nice. This is Sun in Capricorn, so it's across from you in your relationships. Cancer, I'm going to hold your hand while I say this. Listen, you're going to have to go through some L's in partnership. Partnership is a word that suffices for loving relationships and professional. And with that Sun and Capricorn card, it's talking about your 7th house. You're going to be tempted to talk yourself into staying at places. Ooh, this is deep. Whether it's a job or with a partner. But you're going to know that that person or that place is not best for you. And you're going to have these experiences all while you're doing your absolute best. 6 of Wands. And the fortune, what is serving you, Cancer, is the destruction of these relationships. And then to clarify that, this is the how. Okay, the how you're successful in these relationships. You get the Page of Pentacles. So there's opportunity. It's like you're going to a different level, Cancer. It's like you get to date someone. They're not quite what you want. You try to convince yourself to be either malleable or compromising or empathetic. And then that situation comes down and you get the next person who's a little bit better. And you need to be better in that next relationship. As it pertains to a job, you're going to be doing so well at a place, and they're going to try to give you feedback like you're not doing well, like you need to grow, like things need to change. And then that position, that job is going to slowly fall apart in front of you, and you're going to get the next offer. Okay, now more on this next offer, because that's the how you get there. You do have to go through the experience of trying to convince yourself that it's you, but it's not you. Okay, cool. The offer, Ace of Swords. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. And the Justice card. It's like eventually an offer comes that is clear as day. The clarity is not something you're going to question, and this is going to be the dharma that comes in, or basically you presenting yourself. I wonder if the Two of Cups is going to come out, because I feel like this is very Two of Cups energy, but presenting yourself as a reflection of the relationship that you need. Seven of Pentacles. And this next offer, you're going to invest there. But I want to tell you, there's clarity there as opposed to this Eight of Swords. You're not going to feel stuck. There's clarity there. Split in the deck, last card, Eight of Wands. Beautiful energy. Whenever you arrive at this next stop, Cancer, next job, next person, you're going to have to demonstrate that you learned from your losses, and you need to reflect your readiness to this person and be believing and be trusting. With this Eight of Wands, believe in the process.